So when it comes to Star Wars, I don't think there is any character that can take the most heroic spotlight other than Luke Skywalker. I mean, when you really think about it, this is the character most of us grew up watching, unless you're part of the newer generation. But then you, of course, saw Anakin fall to the dark side, so you probably inevitably, felt for Luke and wanted to see that story and see the whole redemption arc that happened. And when it came to Star Wars The Force Awakens, we saw very little of Luke, and we know that in the future, specifically in Star Wars The Last Jedi, he will be the primary focus. And recently, Mark Hamill got to talk about how he saw the character of Luke, the way they'd taken how he felt about it, and this is what he had to say. And I quote, "Luke's changed a lot. It was as shocking for me to read what Ryan had written as I'm sure it will be for the audience. I was surprised by the way he saw Luke. To hear him say something like it's time for the Jedi to end, and I wasn't even sure I agreed with it. Being the caretaker of the character, I have a possessive attitude towards him, but even though it's not the way I would have gone, the more I get into the work, the more I realize I was wrong." So this is rather interesting, honestly, and who really knows what this really means? But you think about it, Mark Hamill has played this character for 40 years. He's literally known as one of the greatest heroes of all time in stories. When you think about it, that's pretty huge. So for the fact that he came in, read it, and disagreed with it, and we've heard reports how much he didn't like it at first, but he had to sit down with Rian Johnson and explain to him why he felt this way, why Luke had to have this attitude, and how it ends, seems like it's going to be pretty substantial and a pretty big plot point. Now, who really knows what this means, if there's a giant plot twist or anything like that coming, which, who really knows? Maybe it turns out that this was all a ploy and Luke Skywalker has, been the evil mastermind all along. We don't really know, but I'm more than ever interested to see what this possibly is and how this is going to work. And I just hope it plays out right. You guys let me know how you feel about it, and what do you think this major thing is that he says nobody is expecting?